Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions Global, Howlet and Cheddar will be released later this week, along with Mariaru and Skull. I made a video previously of Skull and Mariaru. I'll put a link to that in the notes. So we'll just look at Howlet and Cheddar here today. And I hope you all appreciate this video. I'm interrupting my very important farming in order to do this. I'm just kidding. Finally, there is a Golden Blade event that came back. So I've been trying to farm that. I just need 7 more recipes to make the +5, so should finish that tonight. Howlet is, along with Zombie Raidu, probably the most damaging magic attackers in the game right now in Global. If you've been using Zombie Raidu, please leave a comment about how you like him. I don't have any experience using either of those two characters, but based on the guys that I faced in PvP, I have high hopes for their damage. But Howlet here is maybe the best counter to Kirufe, and Kirufe is one of the best units in the game, so that makes Howlet a very good unit to aim for. I finally pulled him the other day in JP. I wanted that wind element magic attacker, and that makes me feel fine about missing Halloween Leela. And I just finished the +5 of the Loenguren sword, yes. That will raise magic and also give him some slash bonus attack, so I'm all ready to start using this guy. Still in the middle of leveling him up, as you can see. And then Howlet, he's that type of anime character where he's like a beautiful man, very smooth, but also very full of himself. And then depending on the anime, those characters are usually played in 2 ways, dashing or for comic relief, or both. While in the West, this sort of character might seem ridiculous, Japanese women love this type of man. The hair, the eyebrows, the hand gestures, the overly polite manner. Women here, they faint over that stuff. But let's look at the 3D model. I like how he's holding that sword. And animation. Yep, blowing kisses, alright. But I guess before we talk about the unit, we can talk about the strange way that like Rune Knights and Spellblades deal damage. It's like Rain, Ramza, Dario, and Fravia. Howlet is a magic scaled slash attacker. What that means is that in order to raise their damage, you want to increase their magic, their faith, and their slash attack. Raising just regular old attack or magic attack will do nothing for them. In order to defend well against them, you want to raise spirit, slash resistance, and then lower faith. Raising your defense or magic attack resistance will do nothing against them. So if we look at vision cards, Trousseau here, this will raise your magic attack. This has this fireball icon. That will not affect Howlet at all. And then also Ifrit, he'll just raise your regular old attack. That will also not help him. And then Fenrir, this will help you guard against magic attacks. This will not guard against Howlet's attacks. However, the Ramu card, that will increase Howlet's damage because that just raises magic. And then you could also give him the Muraga card that will raise his slash attack. We see the slashing icon there. And then to defend against him, you could use Iron Giant. That will give you slash resistance. Or you could give him Leonis Castle. That will give you Spirit, which will increase your resistance. But defense, that will not affect that. Alright, but getting back to Howlet, let's look at his resistances. Yeah, kind of a typical magic user, but he has a little bit of a positive slash resistance, that's alright. Let's see, resistance to silence and paralyzed and a little bit of charm, that's fine. And then a Trustmaster, this is a robe, so only like the spellcasters can equip this. Stats are okay, 300 is not great for armor. but 8 defense, 8 spirit is nice. And then this is kind of a rare ability. It's a Trust Master ability that cannot be leveled up. It's already at max. And what it is a self buff, which will give you 100% evade to physical attacks for 1 turn. That could be a very, very powerful ability in the right situation. I don't know if it's super necessary to go for this. You could probably use them fine at 89, but yeah. But for jobs, main job is Rune Knight, sub job Red Mage, and then White Mage. And I did do a Reset Marathon tier list semi-recently, and I put Howlett near the top because he can do both damage and healing. But I want to make clear that he should not be used as a healer. He's like 80% attacker, 20% healer, whereas calculators are closer to 50-50. Healing really should only be used in emergencies or when like the opponents are too far away attack. He's best as an attacker, so that's how he should be used. Okay, let's go into his board. And main job Rune Knight. I talked a lot about these in Halloween Nighties review. But here's Arrow Blade. Again, magic scaled, slash attack, wind element, and then has the Earth Slayer. And here's Drain Evoke. This is a very interesting one. AP skill at range. It will do a little bit of damage. It will absorb that damage as HP, and then it will raise his magic for 1 turn, that next turn, and then also give him a little bit of slash resistance piercing. So that's kind of cool. And then here's Hazard Slash. This might be the skill that you use with him the most. But this is very similar to Hazard Break from Soldiers, but a little bit of range, a little bit of area of effect, take away some HP from himself, and then do big damage. And then here is a short-ranged attack, again, magic scaled, slash, wind element. And then I still don't know what that Slayer is. I guess it's like Avian Slayer or Guys with Float Slayer, I don't know. Not going to be using that a whole ton. Okay, and then Rune Knight subjob, here is Hazard Spell, take away a bit of his own HP in order to raise his magic for 3 turns, so yeah, as we can see, a lot of skills where he's taken away his own HP. This is a Wind Element in Peril. That's pretty rare to see even on a support character. So to see this on an attack unit is pretty cool. And I think there's one more Rune Knight skill that I have not unlocked yet. Oh, that's Arrow Sword, so a little bit more range, a little bit more damage. Okay, then we'll look at a sub-job for Red Mage. Cura, Esuna, Aurora, and then Sleep. And then Jamming Thrust, which I still haven't unlocked yet. But if you wanted healing, you could use either the White Mage job or the Red Mage. He gets the Cura and then the Esuna here. Aurora and then Jamming Thrust. They're kind of good and bad for him. They're bad because they are magic types attacks, so they won't benefit from any slash attack up that you give him. But if you're going against a character that has like better slash resistance than they do magic resistance, then maybe you could pull out one of those 2 spells to use on them. And so I think maybe most people, they pick White Mage when they use Howlet, but I would be tempted to go with Red Mage for that little bit of versatility and attack. But finally, looking at White Mage, we got Esuna, Cura, Curada, Raise, Protect, Cure, and Chel. And then the last skill I have not unlocked is Curaga. Okay. So he has good healing spells. Raise is nice too. Maybe Protect and Chel could be useful if you want to kind of keep him back, you know, buffing your own teammates, but I think I still might want to use Red Mage instead. Again, you don't want to use him too much as a healer. Okay, then we got the support abilities. Here's Sharp Mind. This will raise Spirit, Piercing, and then Accuracy. So Howlett is already going to do well against characters with low Spirit, because he has the magic scaled attacks. But even if the character has high Spirit, you can still get the Spirit penetration in there, still do some good damage, so I think you want this ability on him a lot. I kind of get the impression that Howlett is good against everybody. It doesn't matter what their defenses are. And then here, this is another support ability. Let's see, wind element attacks up, and then ice resistance down. So if you know who you're going against, that could be a good one to have as well. Here's starting AP up, and then this is protection from doom, and then this is magic resistance up. He could be good against magic users generally, because since his attacks are slash attacks, a lot of magic users like Mediana or Skull, they don't have good slash resistance, so he can still do good damage on them as well. And so that might make you want to raise his magic resistance in order to take less damage from those targets. Okay, then reaction skill. When he is hit with magic damage, he will restore some AP. That's pretty cool. And regenerator, and then magic reflex. Again, if you're going against magic units, magic reflex might be good. Then you wouldn't have to worry about his magic resistance as much. And here is the limit break. Let's see, medium range attack will imperil wind resistance for 3 turns. And then do great damage after that imperil, so pretty good attack there. And then master ability, more spirit piercing plus 20, and then magic plus 10%, so he's looking pretty good. Very much looking forward to using this guy. And then recently in both versions of War of the Visions, we got the Exorcist's Vision cards. This will work for him. He won't get the defense penetration, he wouldn't want it anyway. But yeah, you get the slash resistance piercing, so he could be a good teammate with Super Stern or Regular Stern or Rain or whoever else you want to use. Okay, I think that'll do it for Howlett. He's looking pretty good. Next, let's talk about Cheddar. And she's considered one of the best MRs in the game. I think that has everything to do with her being a cute girl. But she's okay, actually. 3D model, very cool. Animation, very cool. Okay, one of her best things is her Trustmaster. It is a rod with 100 magic, that's fine. Accuracy 10 is nice when you need to hit evadey characters. Will raise magic attack by 10. That's usually something that's missing from Trustmasters, but this has that. And then Spirit Piercing 15. So you can put this on any magic user and suddenly you're working with Spirit Piercing. That's very nice. And then that's the type of buff or bonus ability that you get from a Trustmaster. That's going to work with all abilities. It's not going to be just regular attacks. This will work with like spells and stuff that you use. So this is a good reason to want to max her. Okay, but she is a Green Mage, Time Mage, and Thief. And then a lot of the reasons why Helena is so good, the same reasons apply to Cheddar as well. But we can look at the ability board. She has this like haste ability here from Green Mage. Here is Ruin. This is a non-elemental attack spell. Deprotect, that is a defense break. That's pretty unusual. De-shell, Spirit Break. Steel Vision, that could be good for certain raids. Comet, another attack spell, so she has 2 actually. Let's see, Don't Move, Steal, Levitate, Snipe Dagger, Steal Time, that could also make her good for raids. Quick, that could make her good for arena or raids again. Transposition, that could be good for PvE. Haste. Here is Weak, or Imperil, I think it's known as in Global. This is one of the best skills in the game, but this will imperil all elements. And so this also is good for raids. Very few characters have this skill, so she's pretty good for that. Here's the Thief's skill to raise your evade. And Bar Blizzara, Slow. This could also be good for raids, especially against bosses that are immune to Steal Time. And then Steel Heart, we all know how good that is. And then Dispel, another one of the better skills in the game. that not all green mages even get. So yeah, lots of good stuff to her. But you have to ask yourself if you want to take up an entire slot on your team for a support character. I've never seen anyone test her Comet or Ruin, so I don't know how strong they are, but yeah, if you have, let me know. Okay, so I think that'll do it for the review of these two characters. We'll see how the banners play out. Hopefully they don't put all 4 characters into one banner. That would make it hard even to pull like an MR that you would want, but yeah. I personally will be skipping this banner. I have Mariaru. Actually, Mariaru is tempting, even for my global account, because she's that good. And I don't have any other calculators, so I might consider that. Okay, but anyway, that's the end of the video. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.